Welcome to a new episode of the brand called You. Over the last few months, we've brought some amazing industry leaders. We brought some entrepreneurs, startup individuals, and today we have a really interesting politician from Afghanistan. Qais, Mowafaq, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Let me present my regards to all of your viewers from different parts of the world, and pleasure to have. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you. So Qais is a senior advisor to the National Assembly, Upper House, Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. When I met him, he said he's coming back to his half home, which he calls India his half home. He's a double graduate from Afghanistan. He's a Master of Political Science from Indira Gandhi National Open University, and now is pursuing his PhD. He's a TV news anchor, and he's a member of the President's media team. My God, you've achieved so much, and you're not even 30 years old. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Actually, to start while I was in school,
Yeah.
I was interested to be in TV.
Okay.
There was a child and kids program in our national TV, and I was anchored there.
Mm-hmm.
And once, 2 times a week, it was because national television was near to the school. I was just ready to go from school and be anchor and be part of that program. Later on, journey starts that I shift to Radio Afghanistan, our regional radio, and then I start to read news, to be in some social programs and this all. And Afghanistan started some private TV channels, and at the time I was at 10th and 11th, then I started working with few TV channels, some short TV, Super TV, and so on. I was anchored for a morning live show program for
Wow.
2 hours every day, on which we had many kind of guests from different part of society, from artists and politicians, singers, and everyone. It was such a nice experience to be with the people, to be in front of the camera, and every day people know you, they want to call you, they want to suggest you something. Maybe if you are moving to one street and you have a lot of followers that people like your program, and if you are just going to other street, maybe some people will not like you as well,
Correct.
like that you are.
Correct.
It is all something interesting about TV, and I start journey from here. Later on, I just become news department chief. I start to be anchor of news. I start some hot political debates and shows, and then the most important part of a TV channel, especially a news channel, is exclusive interviews with the political leaders.
Yes.
And reaching to that level is not easy, because board should pass you, and a lot of things should happen. And this is all about the TV experience that give me more to know people, to travel a lot, to be part of
And
president
you've
media
interviewed
team.
over 500 political leaders.
Yeah, about 500.
Yeah.
Maybe few less or few more, but it's about 500.
Amazing. What attracted you to television? And you achieved so much so early in life. I mean, news anchor, hosting a morning show, interviewing political leaders. Everything happened so quickly.
Actually, even during school, while we started school, it was not good experience, because my school started a black period of time. And I know that days that we went to school with turban and we don't have rights and nothing. So it was just an insurgent groups by the name of Talib,
Yeah.
but shadow, it was all controlled by a bad neighbor like Pakistan, and everything was just sent by them, and they were responsible on behalf of us, to be responsible for all of our relations with the entire world, and we were only a country of thousands years history, just faced such a bad time on that.
Correct.
But still, we want to try to just participate in some part of school events, like example, to talk with the students, to participate, to how to persuade the entire students and class for a better education. From that time I was interested that one day I want to see myself in television pages,
Wonderful.
and it was something that derived from that day, that at the start I was between people, and I wanted to just more become closer with the people, to be among them. It was the reason, I think.
So, Qais, we have a very large number of young people who see our program. Tell us a little bit about the Taliban. At one stage, they were running Afghanistan, and then you had a tough time at that time. So, whatever you are free to speak, do tell us about. How did the Taliban come about, and what is happening? And I will come to Pakistan next.
Actually, uh, I think as much we define Taliban, time will be less for that.
Mm-hmm.
After many research, I come to one conclusion that even I don't know Taliban till now.
Right.
Sometimes it's going to be that much complex that even we cannot imagine. But I will tell you one thing, that we were a country that while we had DC-10 aircraft and with Afghan Airlines, and it landed to Dushanbe of Tajikistan on
Yep.
that time, there was more than thousands of Tajik girls and boys. They wanted to take a photo with Afghanistan aircraft on that time. We were a country at the time of Shaheed Najibullah, our ex-president, that we had a stability, we had power, we had
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
Finally, still I want to tell you that if you have a bad geographical location and if you are living in an area that you don't have good neighbor, then for sure you will be disturbed from the noises of the neighbor one day, and every day they will not just have patience to be a good neighbor with you. It was the main reason that our neighbors tried to bring Taliban in our country. But it was such a bad experience for us. They destroy our schools, our stability, our generation, our minds, our brain, and everything. And believe me, if I tell you that all people in Afghanistan, they will inside their home in the jail, inside the city in the jail, inside the office in the jail, and inside in the school in the jail. Even you don't have right to move, you don't have right to raise the voice, you don't have right to speak, you don't have right to watch TV, and even you don't have right what to wear at morning, what to wear at evening. This is all the things. But one thing which is quite important and worthy of note point is in this subject, that these people was not derived from any kind of religion. The religion that today I am Muslim and I respect that religion, at no part of that religion comes that we should have such a violence with the people of our own
That is
country
so true.
like this.
That is so
They
no
were
religion
not,
talks.
they were not belongs to religion. They are not belongs to anything else. They are only supported through some countries, some intelligence, some insurgents groups, that their aim was to destroy the history, to destroy the all the things that we had in Afghanistan, and they were successful, and they already did it. And it was such a black period. And even believe me, I saw Taliban. There was a neighbor of us. They had relation with Taliban. Groups of them was moved to just sit there, and then they wanted to spend night with them, and tomorrow they wanted to go fight with the North Alliance at the time of Taliban period. And I saw them that they were busy in watching Indian movies. Still, they don't wanted to allow the entire nation to watch television, and they called it is not in our religion, something like this.
So, talking about our neighbor and your neighbor, both of us have problems with them. Why does Pakistan want to interfere so much in Afghanistan?
Actually, it is quite an interesting question. We discussed and talked a lot about it. One thing should be clear: we don't have problem with people of Pakistan.
Yep.
Even we don't have problem with people of any country. We
Yes.
are all human beings with the
Yes.
same right.
Yes.
And all the time we want to respect them. But if a little bit Pakistan and some scholars and some peoples inside the ISI and government of Pakistan, they go back to history. We are a country with thousands years of history.
Correct.
We are not a young country and a newborn country of 1947 that they can judge on behalf of us and they can talk to international community on behalf of us. They are part of the region. We all are member of the SAARC countries.
Yes.
We accept that. But the question is that every day we shake hand, but they want to send us suicide bomb. Every day we just want to be a good neighbor, but still they are busy in fighting with us. Even during Taliban period, 65 to 70% of all the Talibs was those Punjabis that they came and they was taught in Urdu by the name of Talib. They fight in Afghanistan and they destroy everything. Post-Taliban period, a little bit they become busy in Afghanistan more than before because Taliban government was under their own hand and their all concentration was on Kashmir in India. And now that while they saw that we start a new government, a new reform and everything, then they become busy more here in Afghanistan and they a little bit become free from Kashmir because they don't have such a budget to just control two parts, to set suicide bombers here as well and here.
Sure.
For sure they have to that put pressure at one side more than that they do at other side. But now, today they are suffering as well. But Pakistan government is a government that in control of intelligence group. And ISI is one of the worst intelligence group of this region that from start till now, they have two important aims. They don't want a free and independent and stable Afghanistan. They want an Afghanistan where they should write our policy, international law, our economy and everything in their central office of ISI in Islamabad. We don't want something like this. We have thousands years of history. We are an independent country. We want to talk according to international law and policy with them. The other thing is that they want to destroy the thousands year relation of us with India.
Correct.
You cannot come between us. And even, I will tell you today, for 100 years more, till the end of this universe, you cannot cut the brotherhood, the love and feeling which is among India and Afghanistan.
Absolutely right. That is so true.
It is something not in my hand. It is something not in my president's hand. It is something injected from generics to generics and also from generation to generations and blood of everyone, that's feelings, that everyone, every Indians love Afghan and every Afghan love Indians.
That's very true.
You know, Dr. Najib was our ex-president, the one who cried while India lost Gandhi on that. It was all because of love. Maybe if today you go and round the Kabul and entire cities of Afghanistan, you will find the most lovely nation, Indian nations in our country. Because when feelings and loves come inside, then no one can take it from us. They have to know this all things, and we want to tell them to prove these all things. But still, since last 20 years, we are suffering. But they are not stop interfacing. They not stop supporting military groups. They not stop supporting insurgents groups, and they are just happy how to kill innocent people, how to disturb the security of the region, and how to suffer everyone. They don't want to see people happy in this region, especially in your country and in my country. And hopefully, still, we are just praying for that one day they should know that they are completely wrong and they have to stop such a thing.
I agree. And Afghanistan, I was reading somewhere, is a country that is rich in natural resources. People say you might find a lot of oil. They say you could probably have a lot of gold. And someone said that is some of the things that Pakistan is after. I mean, they want the natural resources that you have in your country.
Actually, I will tell you frankly that this war in our country is war of three major things. First, it is war of minds, like have you told. Secondly, it is war of narcotics.
Okay.
And the third, it is war of water.
Okay.
According to a US research, we don't want to accept that research even because this research is less from the value of the reality of our minds. They say that Afghanistan mines value $3,000 trillion. If we just accept this research for this much money, we can build many times a country like United States of America and again destroy it and again build it.
Yes.
It is quite clear that we are source of that things and we are completely legend in subjects. For sure they want that. Not only Pakistan, some other countries also just behind our minds. Secondly, while we talk it is war of narcotics, more than $80 billion our narcotic business every year in Afghanistan derive us a bad name that we are the first narcotic producer in the world. We agree with that. But Afghans don't have chemical to make opiums, to make entire things from narcotics. Then from where the machinery comes, from where the chemical comes. And also it is not only smuggling of 1 kg, 1 gram, 100 grams and these all things. It is a smuggling of tons of narcotics which is going from Afghanistan. The other thing is that out of $80 billion, only 2 to 3 billion is going to Afghan pocket. Then the entire $75 billion is going to whose pocket? If you people, including Taliban, you are not achieving that money, then why you are not giving hand with us to fight against these things, which is killing the humanity?
Yes.
This is the question. This is that war, and some world's big mafia, including Pakistan, including Iran, and some other countries far away, they are achieving billions of dollars in their pocket every year from our narcotics, and they are doing their regional competitions from this money, and that's why they don't want to stop the war in our country. Because if security comes, then there will be no narcotic. The third thing is water. From start till now, Iran and Pakistan, and especially Pakistan, they are against making dams in Afghanistan. We want to make our own electricity.
Yes.
Our Kunar River water is going freely since last 50 years to Pakistan. Our Amur River water is going since last more than 50 years freely to Iran. Even 2-3 big states of Iran, agriculture, water uses, everything is from us. There is an international law for water. We are following that. We have to respect that. But it not means that I don't have electricity and I give my all water to you. We are thankful from India. They have built Salma Dam in Hira. And now thousands of homes have electricity. The agriculture system is very good in that area. But for sure, making this dam was one of the reasons that we stopped water toward Iran. And there was many times a statement by President of Iran that Afghanistan is a bad neighbor, they stop water for us. If we don't have electricity, then we have to use our own water by our own. And there is more than 15 times report with our National Department of Security that Iran want to exclude the some of them. Because they want that a successful and a really a good gift of a good neighbor should be stopped, and still we should not have electricity and good water for agriculture system, because our water should go further. Then finally, mine, narcotic and water. This all three become together. They don't want our security to be good, and we also live in a peaceful condition.
Amazing. And what is the role the two big powers have played, America and Russia, in Afghanistan? I mean, they don't seem to want to leave your country.
Actually, somehow, post-Taliban period is, we should just talk frankly, something that America really had a significant role on that. Because that much they have covered our country, that we even, it was a miracle that we say a new window will come in that country. 99% Afghanistan was in control of Taliban at that time. And day by day they become powerful because they had one big country in beside of them as a shadow, and it was their benefit to just Taliban remain till here. America really, they donate, they spend a lot of money, but frankly we will tell they did big mistakes in our country as well, subject of foreign policy. We request a lot of the time, complain that please don't fight with insurgents group in my side, please finish the root of them in Pakistan. We send a lot of proofs, complain to the United Nations, to many organizations. Even we raise our voice that we don't have Talib. It is going to be exported by an hour to us. Why you are not listening to us? This is proof, one proof. Anytime we arrest, we kill with our army the Talib, there was a Pakistani ID with them in their pocket. Even we wanted to arrest, 90% of them were only able to talk Urdu. Even they was not able to talk Pashto and Dari. It is proof now US and entire countries knows. The other thing is, we are not side of the foreign countries' competition. Unfortunately, they are doing it. Iran want to fight with Saudi Arabia and my side. Pakistan want to fight with India and my country. America want to do competition with Russia and my country.
No.
China want to do competition with Russia and America and my country. But we are not center of playing games of international community.
Absolutely right. Yes.
We are international community should respect these all kind of regulations. Now we are not going to the long back history, what Russia did with us and what we did with Russia.
Yeah.
It is completely like black and white, clear to everyone.
Right.
Afghans are quite hospitable people.
Absolutely.
They are completely lovely people. If you want to achieve Afghan in your control, you should start friendship with Afghan.
Yes.
Because no one can achieve Afghan by power. I want to clearly tell you.
Absolutely right.
They fight for last 100 years, and maybe till the time there will be only a single Afghan alive, they will not anyone let to just disturb the independence of that country.
So true.
It is now clear to US, to all international community, and history can clearly know that who Afghans are and how they live and how is their lifestyle.
So
But-
what is the impact of President Trump cancelling the talks with the Taliban?
Actually, Talib is a very small name. From a start, I as a young politician, I was not agree with the work of Ambassador Khalilzad as a special envoy in the subject of peace talks of Afghanistan as well. And the reason was quite clear, because we should not talk with the insurgent groups like a government. We should not give them such a big name to go more than 11 times in Doha and in Qatar to sit with them, to just hear their wishes and demands. See, we Afghans, we are ready to give any kind of cost for peace of our country, for complete peace and stability. It is something quite clear. But complete peace not means that you don't have human rights, not means that you don't have women empowerment, not means that you don't have a stability, you don't have independence. No, we need peace if everything should be there. They did a mistake that they just raised the name of Talib more than government of Afghanistan. We are going for withdrawal, we want to hear from insurgent groups to do this. And finally, they wanted to do peace with insurgent groups. Even I was not aware about the talk. Our government was not aware. Our member of parliament was not aware. Our people are not aware. Now, if you want to bring peace, you have to talk where is the security disturbance. Why not Kabul? And also, a peace negotiation was a good proof that now Talib is derived to many groups. Now there is not only Pakistani Talib. We have Pakistani Talib, we have Russian Talib, we have Chinese Talib, we have Uzbekistani Talib, and some other countries, Iranian Talib. They all have produced their own Talib. And it is a good proof for United States of America that before there was only one, and now it is just changed to the 5 groups. Because we Afghans are raising our voice since last 20 years that please let's peace in Kabul. They are not ready to just drink a glass of tea with us in Kabul. They are going to eat lunch and dinners in Moscow and Russia and China. If they don't have relation with that countries, how these countries can invite easily Talibs to their own country to sit freely with them and start peace talks and negotiation. At the end of the day, as we say, good start is good end. Peace talk and the start of Ambassador Khalilzad was with mistake and this process. And finally, we saw the bad end of it. That finally they cancelled the negotiation. But it is again a good decision by President Trump. Because a group that they are not ready to accept whatever the international law, a democracy system, and an independent country says, and still they are change of face people, and they have many owners. Not only Pakistan, many countries as an owner of them. And their decision is going to be taken in Islamabad, in Tehran, in Beijing, in Moscow, and in Tashkent, and some other countries. Then we are not ready to peace with such groups. Let's all become together, fight against them, finish them, because treatment of cancer is to finish cancer.
Absolutely. So, Qais, you're a senior advisor to the National Assembly. Talk to us about your role as a senior advisor? You also have elections coming up soon. What do you do in the assembly?
Actually, like India, we have Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. We
Yes.
call it Vulisi Jirga and Vishnanu Jirga in Afghanistan as well. And again, I want to thank the Indian government and friends that they give us democracy home. And India built our new building
Yes.
of parliament. And now it is the most beautiful building in Kabul.
Wonderful.
Yeah. One day I hope so you come and see that. And people are quite happy from the one. We have the most beautiful parliament building in the region right now.
Wonderful.
They spent very good. They worked more than 6 years to build that building for us. And we are my offices every day and I am going.
What an
And it
honor.
is good. Then I am responsible for two major departments. One is international relation, on which we are working with entire parliaments of the world. We have inter-parliamentary group, relation with parliament of every country, relation with embassies in Kabul, and the second department is political department,
Okay.
which is the most tougher than the first two.
Cool.
I'm in contact with our political leader, with governments, analyzing the political affairs, want to hear and meet the people, their complaints, what they need more, advising the speaker where he is going to participate in a speech, what should be the agenda in National Assembly, advising the senators, just preparing their trips where they have to go for some inter-parliamentary meetings and these all things, advising the speaker how to take action and advise the government in which parts we need more people. Those small groups, politicians and leaders that they want to meet the speaker, and he is not free to just meet everyone, to just prepare their meetings, to hear from people. It is all the current affair of the country is coming to the political points, and I'm responsible for that to work on.
That's a big role. That's a very big role. One more question before I move to a few questions for you personally. India-Afghanistan citizens have had a very, very close relationship. When do you think I, as a common citizen, can come and visit Afghanistan as a tourist without any worries?
Let me tell you, we have thousands of Indian in Kabul. They are working with banks, with hospitals, with public organizations, with UN, with embassy. And one interesting story is that why we have a place, Shahra now, main city of Kabul, while our Pakistani brothers, they are going to buy something from shops, then they never say we are from Pakistan, they say we are Indians, because the shopkeepers want to give them more discount while they say
Yes.
the name of India.
Yes.
You can now freely move and go to
Okay.
Kabul.
Okay.
Afghans don't have problem with the Indian brothers and friends, and I am sure if they see any Indian, they will just have a smile and a good relation at all,
Yeah.
even for every Afghan.
So it is safe for Indians to
It
travel.
is safe for everyone, but the point is that still our bad neighbor do not allow you to come to our country because they want to target Indians, not Afghans.
Yeah.
It's a freely country for you to move, but they don't want that your businessmen come and start business relation. They don't want that we become more closer and closer. And again, this all things will not work. I want to tell you in this interview, I will wait for you as soon as possible to see you in Kabul.
I look forward
For
to that.
any Indian brothers and sisters and friends to just visit that country. But still some disturbances there. It is not from us. It is from other
neighbors,
neighbors. And their aim is to just, our distance become more and more. But no, as much will be distance, this heart is quite near to each other.
Absolutely.
And I am sure we are quite optimistic on that our new generations, our champion army that they are fighting with them and their insurgents groups and everyone, they will as soon as possible bring complete stability to that country. And I hope so that we will have thousands of Indians to Kabul as a visitor once again.
I'm sure we
People
will.
cannot forget the shooting of Khudagawa movie in Kabul and some
Yes.
parts of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Still, they remind that our President Najibullah hosts dinner for Amitabh Bachchan, one of the most popular, star
Film
of
stars, I
Bollywood
agree.
in our country.
Yeah.
And still, we are a country that after every two Afghani songs in radio and TV, the third song is another Indian songs in our country.
Yes.
And everyone is singing with their own self. This all thing is near together,
I agree.
and
I agree.
you can freely come, no worry at all, even in
Thank you.
current
Thank
situation.
you. Well, I've had the opportunity to meet President Karzai once, and he was talking very, very fondly. And he's come so often. He studied in India also, like you.
In Shimla, yeah.
So, a few questions about you personally. You know, you're a politician, and I'm sure we will see you rise to really very senior heights as over the years. But like a lot of politicians, do you have any superstitions?
If I tell you, yeah, for sure.
Mm.
In this subject, I want to just tell that as much we do, everyone is like this. We want to achieve more and more. But in subject of me, at the start, just I had a father as a teacher, and even not as a father and teacher. The third thing was as a friend as well. I think that from the start, our aim was that why we came to this world, what we did today, and how much effective we are for our own self, for our people, for our society, for our family and entire things. And if every day we just going to mark our daily activity, at the end of the day before that we are going to bed, finally we can just easily imagine whether we were a successful person or not. But this young age is something that a lot of dreams coming to the mind.
True.
Maybe we will do a lot of mistakes.
Correct.
Maybe we will be not agree, but whatever I think I am today, it is just a prayer of a mother that I love her a lot more than everyone.
Yes.
And it is, I know with myself that no one in this world in the end of my life will take her place in my heart.
Right.
And it is something completely new. And all the times while I am with the politicians, with our friends, with our colleagues, with our classmates, with everyone, I just have one word. If you want to open the second door, you have to open the first door first. If you want that God will be happy, then open the first door, which is respect of parents, then we will reach easily to the second door. And it is my advice to everyone that no one can take place of a mother and father in this world, and we have to know that whatever we are today is just derived from their prayers and their hard works and whatever they did for us at the time of childhood.
Absolutely. So, guys, I'm grateful that you found the time to come for the interview. I am sure we will keep talking to you more often. I hope to be able to speak to you again when you are here. I hope to be able to visit your beautiful country. All of us in India had tremendous pain when the Bamiyan Buddhas were destroyed. I believe your government has done a lot to reconstruct a lot of them. And there is no question in my mind about how close relations are between the two countries. And I sincerely hope that we will see many more Indians and many more Afghans coming to India.
Thanks a lot for kind invitation. Bamiyan is the safest place.
Yeah.
The lovely place.
Yeah.
You can visit anytime. Still, it is lovely place for Indians to go. At the end, I just want to take 1 to 2 minutes to tell for solving all the problems that we discussed. I think so that it is our responsibility to become more closer and closer, to improve the business relation, to do more for the culture, to do more for two-country relation. And I am sure in near future, we have a bright future to achieve more things. This India, that while we call it incredible India, it is because of the multiculturalism of this country.
Absolutely right.
It is because we are in every state we go, we see different language, different color of face, different people with different style of clothing. And that's why We are completely near to each other. We are two brother. We are just one body and two soul. And I can just define India and Afghanistan and like this: two country that they are one body with one soul, and we are going in one way, in one future, and only thinking for goodness of our own self and entire world. No one will be disturbed from both countries. I am sure for that. And we just want a free life to every human beings in this world. Nothing else.
So before we end, I will make a commitment to you. Before April 2020, I will bring a delegation of senior businessmen to Kabul, and I will work with you to bring them.
And I will promise that it will be my pleasure to host them, and hope so that we have a good result.
I'm sure.
Thank you for listening to the Brand Called You podcast. Be sure to visit tbcy.in to join the conversation, access show notes, and discover fantastic bonus content. You can follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Simply search for The Brand Called You. Thank you, and see you next week.